Hi, I'm Bret.
Hi, I'm Eddie. Nice to meet you.
Eddie, nice to meet you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
All right, so how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. So first off, I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with me about the open position that we have at our company. Basically, we're screening applicants for our accounting analyst internship that we have at Thomson Reuters, and I'd just like to discuss with you and get your input on what sort of qualities you could bring to the position. And the interview should only last 8 to 10 minutes, so it won't be really too lengthy of a process, and we'll just get right into it if that's all right.
That's fine by me.
That sounds good, all right. So first off, why do you want to work at Thomson Reuters?
I heard a lot of good stuff about Thomson Reuters. I mean, I heard how good employees are being treated here, how good of benefits they do receive, and how well employees develop themselves when working here. I actually have a friend here. His name is Felix Asari, and he works for the HR department. He's been working here for 2 years, and he's told me how beneficial working at Thomson Reuters has actually developed him as an individual. And him telling me all that tells me how good of an opportunity it will be to be part of this company. That's why I decided to work here.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm glad Felix likes working here. That's always good to hear. So as an accounting analyst intern, you would be conducting product testing of assorted accounting software to sort of evaluate its functionality and test the usability so that our end users can have the most pleasant experience possible using our software. So I see on your resume here that you have some prior experience working with different accounting software. Can you sort of expand on that and tell me more about your prior experience?
Okay, I've had an experience as an administrative assistant in the Comstock Memorial Union main office. I had an opportunity to use the MenSQ software, that is the ISRS, and that is the software that is used by the accounting department to enter employee wages and hourly pay rates and hours they work. You know, it's kind of like the payroll master file database. So I've had the opportunity to use that, so that has kind of given me some knowledge about payroll data entry.
Okay.
Also, I've had some knowledge about Microsoft Excel, because I had to balance ledgers every morning, and I also had experience with Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. So I feel with the combination of all these knowledge on these softwares, it should make me very eligible for this position.
Okay. I also see on your resume that you have some, I should say a variety of prior work experience, both as part of your schooling and sort of out in the professional world as well. Can you sort of expand on some of the duties that you performed as part of the International Student Services and also as a student organization counselor?
Okay. For the International Student Services, I was an event coordinator, so I had to initiate and come up with events and activities for international students to take part in. It was kind of a challenging position, but I was really glad I had that position because I had to deal with students from all sorts of countries all over the world.
Okay.
And every student had their preference, what they wanted to do and what they did not want to do. So during that process, I had the opportunity to actually organize events like trips to Valley Fair, trips to Detroit Lakes, where they had the opportunity to have experience with lakes and fishing and all that. And that actually helped me with my leadership skills. With that, I've been able to actually develop myself as a leader and as a team player as well, because I had to deal with these students and understand their wants and needs and see how I can satisfy them.
Sure.
And with the student orientation counselor, I had to work with the freshmen that came to campus. I had to help them register for class. I had to help them with finding their dorm rooms. I had to answer all basic questions the freshmen have when they first get to college. And through that, I also gained some experience with communicating with people. So with these two experiences, I think it should be very good for me to, it will fit for me to use those skills at this position in this company.
Okay. So tell me about what type of organizational culture, or what sort of work organization do you work best in, do you feel?
I think I do well when I work with people, because I tend to be a very good leader and a team player. I mean, I step up to be the leader when I feel like I need to do that. And I also do well as a team player in terms of contributing to organizational goals and helping each other out. I also like working in organizations or in groups because, first off, two heads are better than one, because you might be really focused on one thing and not pay attention to detail to other things.
Right.
But when you have team members and other people on the same project, they could be able to identify and pick out some little problems that you might not be able to identify. So like I actually enjoy and prefer to work in a group. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Can you give me sort of an example or a situation in which working in groups sort of helped you solve a problem that you might not have solved on your own?
For example, when I was working as a student orientation counselor, during that process, I actually got to learn about campus more than I thought I knew, because there was 60 student orientation counselors, and we had to take charge of all the 980, about 980 freshmen that came to campus.
Right.
And they come with you with all sorts of questions. There are some questions that people ask me about arts department that I do not know, because I'm an accounting major. And because of that, luckily we had a few arts students among the 60 student orientation counselors. So when questions like that come to me, you definitely want to help the freshmen answer them. So I then go ahead and contact the art major student orientation counselor, and then they give us better answers to their questions. So that kind of helped me out a lot, and it kind of gave a lot of information out to the freshmen as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So, how do you think your former manager would describe you? What sort of words would he or she use to describe you?
Well, I'd say hardworking, very good team player, respectful,
Okay.
cooperative, and very dedicated. When, yeah.
Do you think there's anything that he or she might say you could improve on?
For that, I would not be able to tell exactly what she would want me to improve on, but definitely there are some traits about me that are better than some. So she might be able to tell you that I might do better on some of my characteristics, but for now, I feel like she probably will have a hard time picking one weakness about me to improve on. So,
Okay.
yep.
Very good. Well, Eddie, that's really all that I have for you today. Again, I just want to say that I appreciate your time today and sitting down and discussing this position with me. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me at this point?
Yes. I know I said in there during your questions that I like working in a group.
Sure.
I want to know that if I'm working in this position, will I be working with colleagues, or will I just be alone sitting in the corner somewhere? I just want to know how my work environment will be like.
Okay, that's a really good question. As an intern, we would definitely have you be working with someone at all times.
Okay.
Usually for our incoming interns, we kind of just take on the assumption that the interns are starting from really the ground level, that we have to
Okay.
build them up, build their skill level up. So
Okay.
therefore, we really have you working with colleagues, and there isn't really too much individual work going on. Your manager might give you certain tasks to complete on your own, and then you work on those individually, but most of the time you'll be working with other people and sort of helping them out with whatever they need.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And I got one more.
Sure.
I want to know with your top employees, I want to know what common characteristics do they possess?
Okay, interesting question. Let's see, top characteristics of our best employees. I would have to say that dedication is definitely one of the traits that they possess. For instance, there's a lot of problems that you will encounter testing different sorts of accounting software that you really dedication and perseverance to overcome those problems. So that's definitely one trait that they possess. And another, as you kind of touched on before, is that you need to be a good team player in our corporation because there's a lot of collaboration going on. And there is a little bit of individual work that you work on without the assistance of others, but for the most part, you're going to be working with a lot of different people. So you need good communication skills and the ability to collaborate with peers and colleagues. So, yeah.
Yeah, that answers my question.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, again, I just want to say thank you, Eddie, for meeting with me today, and you can expect to hear something from us probably by the end of the week regarding the results of this interview. So,
Okay, well,
all right.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. It was a very nice meeting, Eddie.
Same here. And have a good day.
You too. All right. How do I stop this? That was good, yeah.
You hit the record button.
Where's that at?
Here.
Oh.